Shall I intro us and then we'll get into it?
Yes, go for it.
Or do you want to intro us?
You intro it.
Do it today,
No,
bro.
I can't do it. I don't know
Give
what
it
to
a go.
say.
Give it a go.
I don't know what to
Just have a
say.
go.
Hey guys,
Hi guys.
it's us again.
What's the podcast name?
That was the intro.
Welcome back to...
No, I just did the intro though.
You didn't want to introduce who we were?
That was it.
That
hey
was
guys, it's us again.
Alright.
This is now in the podcast, so...
Great. Do you want to introduce your name?
Oh, come on. We've got 100 actually no, 100 viewers.
Congratulations, guys.
100 viewers.
We made it to 100 views. Well done.
That's it.
Well done.
Not sure if it's over multiple videos, but hey.
It's alright. It counts.
It's a channel celebration.
Channel celebration with
Anyway,
Mountain Dew.
We should say the name. Welcome back to G at Plattman.
Oh, what a man. What's your name, Gall?
Gall.
Good on you.
Yeah. Alright.
Who are we?
You go.
I'm Josh.
Welcome back to G at Platinum.
The start's going to be dead.
Yeah,
It's fine. It's all good. We understand.
Yeah. If you want to leave us, that's fine. But if you want to stay, we're going to be talking all about the NRL in this video.
NRL in the off season.
NRL in the off season. Get keen. There's a World Cup happening, Gall. There's major beef happening over in England. There are some fights. There's more Roosters players in the headlines, as per usual.
As always.
Josh has got us covered with stories this week.
Right.
So let's just get into it, Belly. Let's just get into it.
Pop a quick one for the
Pop
boys.
a squatty for the boys. There's a bit of BO in here today, which I love. Probably my own.
That's probably me as well.
Shout out to the lads.
We did go on a hike.
We did go on a hike. It was good. What's the first story of the
Okay,
day,
so
Josh?
the first story of the day that has just come out, as of a couple of hours ago, there's going to be, for the first time ever, pre-season gambling. For the first time in history, the NRL is reportedly set to allow gambling on pre-season trials as they believe it will increase viewership on their new tournament.
Damn.
Know what I'll be doing in February?
Get amongst it.
Gall, there's kids that watch this. I'm going to shoot that bird in a second.
It's alright.
I swear, if he ruins our audio.
He's a sponsor.
Sponsor.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So you're going to be betting on the games, Gall?
I guess so. I love how, you know what? The government's been pushing back on gambling by adding the recognition to the poking machines. NRL's like, hang on, we'll help out the gambling community. Here's more gambling. That's what we love to see.
Nice.
Love to see it.
Inspirational. That was just a quick little headline, you know, I just saw that.
Isn't it interesting, though, that gambling is what gets people into NRL? Like, as in, they think that it'll drive people to the sport if you can gamble on it.
Facts.
Yeah. It's interesting. So what, is that for, like, trial games and stuff?
Yeah,
Okay.
so before the actual season you're allowed to gamble on it.
Just remember, 99% of gamblers quit before they make it big.
Oh, inspirational.
If you haven't
Who needs a
started...
gambling hotline?
If you haven't started gambling, don't listen to Gall. If you're under the age of 18, don't listen to Gall. And I feel like we should add gamble responsibly.
Okay, yeah.
Because, you know...
It's actually changed now. The logo, the slogan, that now says, remember you're probably going to lose. Something along those lines.
Yeah, so let's move your phone away from the mic. So put it back in your pocket, buddy. Or... There we go. Alright. That's just...
Easy to grab on the table.
Alright. Well, if it's easy to grab on the table...
Yeah, well, I don't think you're aware of this news.
What?
Well, you know part of it, but here's more of it. So this is about the fight that happened with Victor Radley.
I know. With a...
Hang on. It is alleged that Island back row James Bentley tried to attack England coach in their hotel.
I know.
So there's that. It's also alleged that James Bentley then turned to Victor Radley, who headbutted him and caused a nasty cut. Neither of the incidents have been confirmed, but... And then this is the crazy part. So the James Bentley, the guy that attacked the coach and Victor Radley got into a fight with, it's alleged the reason James Bentley lost his cool was because he thought he should have been selected for England. The Rugby League World Cup is aware of reported incidents and is in the conversation with the respective parties to establish the circumstances.
Damn. Also, I'm just going to start a quick timer.
So Mans was salty
that
he didn't get selected by England and he had to play for Ireland. That's sort of tough.
Damn.
So basically, yeah, you salty about that, so he attacks the coach, and then Victor Radley sort of comes in and tries to defend him.
Yeah. Wow. Because all I saw this morning was Victor Radley was in trouble.
No,
I
I saw the story on TikTok.
Oh, so you knew that that's the reason why he did it?
Yeah.
I knew.
Because wasn't there a brawl that happened? Or was it just
It was just
fight?
them.
Yeah, I think it was just the headline.
Okay.
That what they call a brawl.
Yeah.
The media calls a brawl.
Yeah, fair.
All England plays in it. Just two of them.
Yeah. Okay.
And there was also a report that Samoa were getting door knocks at 1:30 a.m. from England.
I heard that.
I don't know if that was like some I've seen two things. I've seen two things. Either A, they were salted they lost, so they're trying to throw a prank on them.
Great shithousery.
Or B, they were calling Samoa like, "Oi boys, come fight this guy, back us up, quick."
Bro, that's just like year 6 camps.
I know.
Things playing knock and run.
Shithousery award goes to England for sure. You get defeat. Oh well, let's just go knock and wrong on their door.
Imagine that, like they said, if it actually was the second reason though, they were like, "Oi, let's get some of the boys, Samoa, let's come fight this guy."
Nah,
it's probably the first option.
I reckon they're
obviously.
playing knock and run.
Yeah, they had a bit too much to drink, I reckon.
Oh, that's going to be the title of this video. England plays knock and run in Samoa. Oh, man.
Imagine, like, that actually happened on our school camps. That's actually stuff that happened on our school camps, dude. and they're doing it at the World Cup.
Professional footy players at the World Cup are playing knock and run.
Hey, what can I say? Knock and run's just goated.
Yeah.
You guys ever played in the street?
Yeah.
Oh. I remember...
We did it on your birthday.
Did you?
Yeah, us. Daniel.
Exposed.
Oh,
Alex
that's right. Did Ben come to my party?
I think so.
Huh. I don't remember inviting Ben.
Whoa, exposed.
Oh,
yeah.
Ben's gonna watch this now.
Yeah. Send this to Ben.
It has me in it.
Hey, facts. He's just gonna say, well, I don't see myself being friends with you guys in 10 years.
Anyway, none of the viewers understand.
Yeah, this is a little bit of an inside joke, but
yeah.
Shout out to Ben.
It's pretty
Brazell if
funny.
you're watching this.
I love it.
Oh, but yeah, that's interesting about the knock and. I find the knock and run more interesting than the brawl.
Hey, if there's no video of the brawl, what's the point of hearing about a brawl?
Exactly.
Oh, you know what? I think I'd actually, if I could pick between the videos of the brawls and the knock and run, I'm picking the knock and runs any day of the week.
day of the
15
week.
massive blokes in their boxes, just
going.
They're just running.
Oh yeah,
That's salty.
That's so interesting though.
I love how the World Cup was such geniuses just to put them all into one hotel.
Were they all in the one hotel?
Yes. That's why they're not getting running.
Yeah, they were in this. Like,
Yeah, they're in the same hotel.
Whose idea was that? That is just dumb.
That's why putting them on the same bus to their game.
Yeah.
Hey lads, I know there's only look, a bus holds 50 people and there's 22 of you each. You're all going on the same bus.
I couldn't imagine that. They're all listening. Imagine. I reckon that'd actually be low key. Like if it was like a big game, like a semi-final, there'd be like a fight that breaks out or something.
Yeah, I reckon.
Hey.
Wait, did you say hey or a? Because I thought.
Hey.
I thought you
said hey.
Hey, and like you were about to start something. So
Yes,
we
you
both
were
left
turn.
you, so we didn't speak over you.
Right. Okay.
Well, you weren't going anywhere with that, were you?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, we can move on.
Okay. Do we have any other?
I've got an exercise game that I was going to play.
Oh.
So what I'm going to do, Gall, is we're going to start with the 17 current logos, and I'm going to pull up a random team logo, and you got to tell me the first player that comes to your name and why.
And why?
First name that comes and why.
Alright.
So
Are we both doing it or just me?
Both.
we'll do it. I can include it. So this is the first logo. If once it loads, that's the first logo.
Right.
What's the first player that comes to
Funny
your mind?
enough, it was AJ Brimson.
Why? Do you think about why that might be? Any reason?
He's just the main player at the moment.
Okay.
Fine.
I'm gonna sound like that guy, but Jared Hayne.
It's supposed to be current logo.
Oh, is it current?
Yeah.
Oh, lol.
Well,
Okay,
Gold Coast
Jared
Titans.
Hayne.
As soon as I say Gold Coast Titans, I just think of Jared Hayne.
Okay.
Because I wouldn't be able to tell you a single Gold Coast Titans player.
Okay.
But yeah, Jared Hayne, because he dogged the Parramatta Eels from he said he'd be a Parramatta player for life, and then he went to the
He
Gold
blamed
Coast
his
fight.
management for
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
And he really then just screwed Gold Coast over when he came back to Para anyway.
I mean, like, realistically, now he's just playing prison yard footy, but like, you know.
I mean, for me, first player for some reason, David Fafita. I don't know. I just feel like when I saw this logo and I saw a post about it, they had a post about new logo, we're a new club, we're changed, we're going to do bigger and better things than the old logo. And I didn't see that. And David Fafita, I felt like was one of the biggest disappointing things this season. I'm just being honest. You know?
Oh, well, I probably said their best player this season. Oh, must be nice. Jesus.
This guy.
Right, we're going to keep going, or?
I'll just make sure if there's anything.
I think I saw something about Andrew Fafita, I feel like, today.
Oh, that was just...
that was
that. Okay, so here's a couple of signings that almost happened.
Yeah.
James Tedesco almost went to the Raiders in 2014.
Damn. Why didn't he go?
Cold feet.
He changed his mind when he decided to remain...
Tigers.
Yeah, he wanted to stay at the Roosters.
So can Appy do that for Panthers?
No, Tigers won't let him.
Really?
Well, some clubs will think, well, if your heart's not there,
Yeah.
you may as well not
Like,
come.
for
But
Fafita...
Tigers are desperate, so.
Yeah.
Fafita 2014, he signed a 4-year deal with the Bulldogs.
That's right.
100k per season. He later admitted his heart was still with the Sharks, which prompted the Bulldogs to tear the deal up and call it off.
Damn.
So Fafita's actually signed to the Dogs as well.
Damn.
I forget that. That's like a repressed memory.
Paul Gallen was going to go to the Seagulls in 2007. And Manly offered him a very good deal. He admitted he was very close, but the lure of bringing the Sharks their first premiership was the only reason he stayed in Cronulla.
Imagine if he went to Manly.
Yeah.
Couldn't imagine it, eh?
Did he play his entire career at Cronulla?
Yes.
Yeah, under 20s he was at Para.
Yeah.
Good on him.
He was didn't he grow up in Parramatta?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Really? So he's not a Shire
No,
boy?
he's
Not a Charlotte local, no.
Oh.
Greg Inglis almost went
He
to the
now
Broncos.
is part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's now the face of the Shire.
Yeah.
Gee, I almost went to the Broncos 2010.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, he went
Never
from
know that.
Melbourne to the Rabbits. When did he go there?
Same time. This deal was meant to
Roughly, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Roughly.
Because apparently he had a handshake agreement, then he later had a change of heart after a delay in the official documents getting over the line due to a third-party agreement. This led him to sign with Souths.
Damn.
Luke Lewis was going to go to the Rabbits in 2008.
Mm-hmm.
Couldn't leave Penrith, but he could for Cronulla.
Josh Papali'i, or former known as Papali, most people know, he was going to go to the Eels in 2013. But the Eels signed him to a 3-year deal, but Papali'i later said it would have been too hard to leave his friends and family in Canberra.
Damn.
I remember this one. 2014 Gold Coast DCE.
Yeah, everyone remembers this.
And it was supposed to be a massive deal.
Massive deal, multi-million
And then,
dollar deal.
he backfired on him. I want to say Manly.
They
That
should
was
mainly
pretty
paid
fine.
more money, but I remember Tyler, it was going to be like, I think it was going to be the first $1 million contract in the NRL, that one.
Yeah, it was going to be a massive deal.
Yeah.
So, with the NRL, the clubs with the salary cap are only allowed to spend a certain amount of money, right? Correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, what's the salary cap?
Roughly 10 million.
10 million. Okay.
Roughly.
And so they can't go over that.
Roughly. Yeah, it's often like 9 point something,
Yeah.
but roughly 10 million.
And so that's what they pay players.
Yeah.
So then the rest of the money, the revenue that the club generates, goes to club facilities and stadiums and that sort of stuff?
The NRL don't give them $10 million.
No. But as in the rest of the money that the club generates. So
Yeah.
like,
They
say
can
a
use it
club-
how they
Extra stuff.
Yeah.
I think coaching staff, I think that's meant to fall under the cap as well.
Yeah.
One thing I learned about the Cowboys when we did the tour
Mm.
was actually the stadium is like sort of, they still have to pay, but it was sort of like in a sense given to them by the city of Townsville, which is the council.
Yeah.
And they're allowed to basically they're allowed to own it for 20 years or something, and then after 20 years, they have to start paying a fee again or something.
Okay.
I'm not 100% sure, but I think that
yeah.
was the go
Yeah.
with it.
Okay.
So that's how they own the stadium.
Yeah. Because like, what I'm trying to help me understand footy better, because obviously if you haven't picked up so far, Josh and Gall are very into footy. I'm trying to get into footy more. I love footy, but I'm trying to understand it better. But I'm trying to also understand like the business of footy and understanding like and viewing the clubs as well as being clubs, but also being businesses in themselves.
Mm.
Because, like, I mean, at the end of the day, we saw last week when we were looking at how, you know, the clubs' licenses, they're all up for renewal. And so, like, anything could happen because at the end of the day, each club is a business. And it's like Apple, Samsung, Makita, you know, hashtag sponsored, Mountain Dew.
Yeah.
But, yeah, that was just something.
Mountain Dew's actually Pepsi.
Speaking of Mountain Dew, can you pass me some? But it's just, yeah, good for me to understand that and understand salary cap. So, yeah. Why do sports put a salary cap on?
So it doesn't get so you don't end up like the Premier League.
Yeah.
And also so you don't end up like the St. George Illawarra Dragons in the 60s winning 11 championships in a row.
Was that because they just had, like...
They had no salary cap, they had a stacked team. No one could lose to them.
Yeah. So, like...
What's the Premier League like? No, there's no salary cap. I thought there would have been.
Cap. No, so so whatever the club's revenue is, they can pay to their players, but if you go over that, like City do, you're not meant to, but...
Yeah, there's not much they can really do.
There's not much they can really do to stop you. What? They're going to kick you out of the league, make you sell your players. I remember when they were talking about taking away City's competition points. That seemed like a massive thing to them, and for me that was like, oh, that's what happens when you cheat the cap here. That's what happens when you do anything here.
Yeah, I mean, you know, Parramatta won 2009.
Oh,
exactly.
Because of the salary cap, you know?
I mean, they actually don't award the Parramatta.
Yeah, I know.
Man.
Stupid. Should be.
Look, I don't know, it's weird.
But because you didn't win the game. So.
Yeah. It would have been funny if they did win, though. If Melbourne cheated and they still lost, that would have been crazy.
Nice. That's so interesting, though. But I've been hearing talks of NRL clubs wanting the salary cap to be raised because of inflation.
Yes, that's why the second league's going to come, possibly.
Yeah.
It's all about that giving. That's what happened in the first place.
Yeah.
People wanted more contracts, higher pay.
Yeah.
And basically, what I was told, the NRL, or whatever it was called back then, ARL, they were like basically bullying the teams and bullying the players with money. Like they'd earn heaps and they'd give them little back and they'd sort of like tease them with it or something like that. Something similar like that. And then, Super League sort of came and...
Okay, that makes sense. So then if there's the split of the NRL, which like we don't have any updates on yet, but if you do want updates on that, make sure to subscribe because we're going to be covering that all the way through. You know, listen every week to this podcast because we're going to make sure we fully cover that story. But if the split does occur, that would probably mean that like the new league has more money in it. Is that what?
Yes.
Yeah, it'll have a lot more money.
That's how it worked last time. So,
Do you think it would be good if it had no salary cap?
No, I think salary cap's important.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's a tough one because I think the players do deserve to get paid more, and it's hard. It's hard dealing with players. But then if you look at the like NBA basketball, like when there's that much money involved, they become a bit like they take the money and then they start sooking and complaining. And even if you fine them, like Ben Simmons getting fined or that, he's earning so much money anyway that it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So they can the players sort of get so much money they have their own way.
Yeah, they almost regain control.
Yeah.
I guess it's about control as well. Like
the
NRL maintains this set of control by having a salary cap, and then underneath them are all the players. And then I guess if you have no salary cap, well then players obviously have a lot more room to have discussion because it becomes more about profits and losses of the actual business rather than how much, you know, of this percentage of this 10 million can you have.
You got to find the balance because as well, a lot of players are going to union because there's more money there on the table.
Yeah.
Like Joseph Sualii.
Is he going?
I don't know. It was like a $10 million. I think it was. I don't know if it was
$10 million over 10 years.
Over 10 years, yeah.
That's insane though. Like, that's massive money.
Yeah, and it's a long guaranteed contract as well, mind you, with injuries and everything. So, like deals like that, it's hard to compete with. So that might help them with that.
How does Union have so much money? Because I feel like NRL, every week they're packing out stadiums now.
Maybe it's more of a global sport.
Yeah,
Union,
true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Very
it.
true.
The more global it is, the more money it seems to generate for views and
True.
stuff like that.
True. It's just really interesting that I'd love to see the profits and losses of the NRL and like all the figures behind it and how much actually is going to the players.
Well, they won't show you that, but they'll show the players' contracts out in the open.
Yeah,
They'll put all the players' details. Like that's what I'm talking about kind of bullying. They'll put all the players' details out in the open, but they don't like it if their details were out in the open. Sort of thing. So it's just
Yeah, that is really interesting. I think it'll be interesting to see this unfold and see it become more be more in the mainstream media because we've really picked this up pretty early. This story and seeing what happens and what unfolds in the mainstream media, because obviously the mainstream media is going to really blow this out of proportion and be like, the NRL's never going to come back, and
I don't know if they'll say that, but
like they'll say stuff like that, whereas I think if what I'm hearing you guys say is it's more like the NRL, a lot of the players and clubs want more fairness for the players and for the players to be compensated properly.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that's interesting. What do you guys reckon would be the best salary cap? Like, do you guys have a number that you go, that would be a good number?
Yeah, I don't really know.
Sort of whatever's in demand.
Yeah.
You can't give more out than what you make.
Yeah.
Can you?
Yeah.
It's hard.
End of the day, game's a business.
Yeah. Yeah.
And all players are pretty.
And all players only paid what they're worth.
Yeah.
Not all the time.
Most of the time. I mean, if anything, most of the time some players are overpaid than what they're worth.
Yeah. Yeah, very fair.
That's what I was saying.
Rather than underpaid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I think it's interesting.
all players are similar levels when you're playing this a professional level like that. It all just comes down to sort of little advantages that get your way.
Yeah.
Bending the rules sometimes seems to has worked.
Media presence as well.
Yeah.
I think like a lot of players who are at the top of the game also have a really high media presence, and I think it's interesting.
Yep.
Do we have anything else to talk about NRL related?
Probably not.
Gall, you got any news other than Australia and Samoa this weekend?
Yeah, it's coming up
for the World Cup final. Nathan Cleary versus Jarome Luai.
The funny post I saw.
You're gonna watch it.
Yeah.
I know what just gonna say.
We'll
see.
He knows what it is. Yeah. So after the first game when England beat Samoa 90 to whatever, or not 90, 60 to whatever it was, 64. I saw some comments.
Yeah.
And because Luai just said to Parramatta, "I'm your daddy."
Yeah.
And then they said, the one of the comments that was all like, "Oh, who's your daddy now?"
Yeah.
And then my favourite comment was some guy said, "Looks like Samoa needed Nathan Cleary and Isaiah Yo'o to play for them." That was the best comment. Isaiah Yo'o and Nathan Cleary to join Samoa. But as we've seen, they beat him without him, and they're going to be playing against both of them in the grand final. So props to Samoa for coming back.
Yeah, I think it'll be an interesting game. I think, Nathan Cleary and Jarome Luai just won a grand final together.
They're the enemies. I saw someone say something there. I think it was Luai. He said something like, "I don't care if you're like, I don't know, something like doesn't matter for friends or enemies. Like it doesn't matter for brothers. In one stage when we're playing football, we're enemies on the field or something along those lines."
J up, lads. J up.
So it's going to be
an interesting game. Well, on that note, we're running out of time, so let's call it a night for the footy. And if you enjoyed this podcast, maybe go check out our podcast that we're going to do right after this on the Qatar World Cup. It's absolutely banging. We have like 15 stories, and it is definitely going to be a highlight of the night.
It's a bit more structured than this.
Definitely more structured. This is the NRL is in off season at the moment, so there's not all that much to talk about. But Qatar World Cup heating up, going to be awesome. Get excited for that. We're going to link it right here. Go sign us off.
All right. See you.